Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So today's topic is time and time management. So you've probably heard of this saying, you've probably said it: I don't have time. Now, you probably do have time. Time is one of those things that you can either make, or when I say you can't, I mean you either don't want to make the time, or for whatever reason it just doesn't fit in within your day. So I'll elaborate more on that. But we've probably all heard or said, I don't have the time, whether that's to to have breakfast, grab a bite to eat, or lunch, or go to the gym, or work out, or schedule a play date, or who knows, whatever you've said, I don't have time for. Now, do you really not have time for it? So you're probably thinking, well, duh, I've just said I don't have time. But let me put it into perspective for you. There's 24 hours in a day. At least between 7 to 12 of those hours will be asleep. Everyone will. Or, you'll be in bed or something. Now, for the rest of the 12 hours, like the other 12 hours, that is your day. Now, are you fully saying that from when you wake up all the way till when you go to bed, you don't have time to do something? Yeah, don't get me wrong. If you're working 4 or 5 hours or 7, 8 hours of that day, yeah, okay, you're at work. But lunch breaks or any little breaks you have, or when you come home or before you go to work, that you have some spare time, that's still time you have and can manage. So I often hear, I don't have time to grab my trainers before when I finish work because I just want to go home, or I don't have time to do this in my lunch break, or it's the weekend or something, or a weekday where someone's not working. I don't have time to do this, I've got laundry, I've got this, or I've got that. Well, it's just all about how you manage that time. So, or another thing I hear is, well, it's something I've heard recently actually. If you have, kids or a busy family life, you don't have time to do anything. Well, depending on how old the, kids are, they're within school age, like infant upwards, they're in school for at least 4 to 6 hours. So if you're at work, okay, you're working, but you can still do bits whilst at work, if you've got a free moment, schedule something, or on your lunch break, go for a walk or stretch, or do something, make it worth it. Same with after work. If you, yes, obviously I know you've got to cook dinner, get kids, activity, all this, that and whatnot, but another way of putting it into perspective, you could quite happily spend 12 hours or however long just watching TV, couldn't you? Just laying on the sofa watching TV. That's time you could be spending doing something else, getting that bit of work in, making that deadline, taking the kids to the park. It's how you manage your time. Make it worth it. Make it more efficient. Because everybody has time. It just depends how you manage it. Like at uni, I got asked the other day, you're doing uni work, you work, and you're training for a marathon. how do you fit it all in? Well, yeah, some days I do wonder, but it's how I manage my time. So instead of getting up at 10 o'clock, I get up at 7 in the morning. That time I have before uni starts, I get on with assignments, or I go for a run, or go to the gym and then go to the library. Same when like if I'm at uni and I've got free periods, I do work in it, or I go to the gym, or I go for a run, or I make the most of that time I have. So then if I do have time later, I could use that to relax a little bit if I wanted, or if I've not managed to fit things into my schedule throughout the day, I'll make that time up in the evening. Now, I'm not saying you have to have a full schedule, I'm doing this day, or I can't do that that day. But if you have, it's breaking your day up into bits where you can get things done. Like, not everything's going to be fitness related. Like, everyone has day-to-day life, day-to-day things. But all of it can be managed, whether you have kids, whether you don't, whether you've got a busy job, whatever the case. It's just how you manage it. Say, if you commute to work a lot, well, what do you do on the train or however you commute? Do you just sit there? Do you chill? Or do you get work done? Do you plan things? What do you do? All this spare time that, we could have, or, we choose to just have a binge on Netflix, or, we just sit and do nothing. Make the most of it. Like, that's time, you're losing, you're wasting. Now, I'm not saying, don't watch TV or don't do this or that. Do enjoy yourself a bit, but those days where you could be more productive and, better for yourself and everyone around you, do it. Like, don't get me wrong, managing things can be quite tricky, especially if you're not organised. Like, I'm the least organised person, but I found the busier I am, the more organised I am, because I've got to get things done. I've got to fit them in, compared to when I didn't work. It was sort of like, oh, it's fine, I've got another day, I'll get it done then. And then I didn't. If you prioritise, get things done that need to be done, make that time, everything will become a lot easier and a lot smoother. Like, when you say you don't have time, why don't you have time? What are your reasons? Let me know in the comments, what are your reasons? Because quite a lot of the time, to be fair, we are human, but we are lazy. We make up excuses. And that's not going to benefit anyone. It's not going to benefit us, our family, friends, everything we want to do around what we're doing. It's not going to benefit any of us. Like, we just need to cut the crap. If you want to make time for something, you will make the time for it. If you don't, if you're quite happy, just not really bothered, just going to get on with stuff, okay, fair enough. If that suits you, that suits you. But everybody has time for something. I'm not saying everyone's lives, you're saying all this, but I have this going, I have that, okay, yeah. Sometimes it's a bit more challenging to make that time. And, life can throw all sorts of curveballs in the way, but there are ways of working around things, making things flow. It's just knowing how to do so. And once you've cracked that, it'll be so much easier. Once you put things into perspective, it's like if you wake up at midday, 1 o'clock every day, like in the afternoon, that's half your day gone. And, especially in winter when it starts to get dark around 4, what have you done that day? It's just about being that bit more organised and as well, knowing what you want to get out of each day. Like, these days, everything flies by. Now, do you want to, you know, look back and think, oh, I don't really know what happened or what I did? Or do you want to look back and be like, you know, I made the time to do this or get that deadline, or, you know, get a new PB, or, you know, or I made time to make those memories happen. It's up to you how you make that time. Like, no one else, it's up to you. But that's pretty much it for this week, like for this video. But yeah, like I've said in my previous videos, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We all need to cut the crap at times. We really do. Like, only we can help ourselves. Only we can make things happen. It's just whether you want to make things happen or not. But yeah, let me know in the comments what your reasons are for whenever you said, I don't have time. And have a think. Can you really not fit whatever it is in, or are you just choosing not to? But yeah, that's it for this week. See you next time.